My name's Rhys and I study here at the University of Salford. I'm in my first year of broadcast journalism. So my typical day as a broadcast journalism student would usually be heading to Media City, which is where most of my lectures are based. I would sit in for kind of 1 or 2 lectures and we'd be informed of the roles that we have to carry out in order to complete our latest assignment. Once you get all of that information and the academic research you need in order to carry out ethical, safe journalism, you go out into the field, you meet people, you collect your own stories. And once you wrap up your day, for me, I usually end up coming home, chilling, relaxing, and probably eat biscuits as well. I usually buy some biscuits on the way home. With a course like broadcast journalism, you do need to look for work experience in your own time. I volunteer with our student radio station, Shock, which is the best fun I've ever had on radio. It's brilliant, you get to meet so many people, you get to just have a laugh, really. And as well, I work part-time in a children's presenting role, which means that I get to practice my skills of public speaking. And as well as that, I do a bit of part-time work with the marketing department here at the university. For me, my favourite part of broadcast journalism at Salford is learning about law and ethics, because as boring as it sounds, it's really interesting to find out what you can and can't do when you're practising as a journalist. And you really get to learn how far you can push your boundaries while having fun and having that excitement of being a real-life journalist. For me, the favourite thing about my course is the fact that I get to study at Media City, which is just an amazing communications hub, and I have such an amazing time there. We use the best facilities, state-of-the-art equipment, and we get to learn the processes of how the BBC and ITV work on their broadcast projects, because they are our neighbours. And for me, that opens so many opportunities. So I feel really lucky to be able to do that with my university. Obviously with my course there are challenges as well. The biggest thing for me was it was coming to kind of a career choice which is based around knowing people and networking, and I'd moved from having quite a good social circle to not knowing anyone. So for somebody who wants to go into journalism, that was terrifying for me. But I've actually worked and used that to my advantage, and I've made loads of new friends. I've got to know people from all age groups, all different professions, because that is something which is so important as a journalist. My top bit of advice for anybody who wanted to go into broadcast journalism would be, don't be put off by this whole idea that being on the telly or being on the radio isn't a real profession, because journalism is so important. It is really good fun, and you do get to meet all sorts of people, and skills which you pick up from broadcast journalism or any journalism course are so transferable. The social skills, the academic practice that you get from a lot of university courses. So don't be put off by the idea that people would see it as a little bit of a light and fluffy course, because it really isn't. It's something which is so important to media today, digital networking, something which there is a real market for. So if you want to do it, go for it. Broadcast journalism is something where just because you have that title in your degree, it doesn't mean you have to do it. For me, I have a real passion and interest in marketing and communications and public relations. I'd love to be a news reporter or a radio reporter. I don't have a set career plan. I'm kind of dabbling with a few different things at the moment. There's so many pathways you can choose, and I don't know where I'm going to go with it, which does make me so excited. A lot of people would panic about that, but having a degree like journalism, you have no need to panic about it, because you could go wherever you like, and for me that's probably the best bit about my degree.